Alright, what's good YouTube? My name is Smokes here, and I'm bringing you a video today discussing on the top 5 moments that we're looking forward to the next arc in One Piece, which is the Reverie. So we got some hints about the Reverie previously, we got some, chapters here, some clips here, but now I want to make a video because the next chapter is confirmed to start the next arc, which is going to be Reverie. Here are top 5 moments that we as a community are looking forward to. So number 5 is Sabos Brother Stelly. We saw a clip of Stelly waiting in the hotel that was created specifically for royal families attending the Reverie every 4 years, and you can see him standing there looking onwards through a window, but you don't really see his face, which is kind of interesting because he had such a unique face when we saw them in Sabos flashback, and now we don't get to see how it is today. Potentially maybe he's scarred, maybe something happened to his face that destroyed it. However, clearly he still has that royal status attitude, that piece of shit mentality, and we can see that when he was telling the people, his assistants, get the hell out of here, you're not even worthy of my time to be in front of me. So another thing about Stelly is that what is his involvement in the Reverie, and is he going to bring up the revolutionary army knowing that his brother is Sabo? So if we do a little reverse here, Sabo doesn't know that his brother is Stelly, but Stelly knows that his brother is Sabo, because if you remember, Sabo had amnesia. So, is Stelly here, in the Reverie to bring up potential points to destroy the revolutionary army, specifically Sabo, well, targeting Sabo? Is that what he is doing and leveraging his status at the Reverie? That is definitely something that I'm looking forward to, and I'm positive there's going to be an impact because Oda would have not focused on Stelly if he wasn't going to make an impact in some way during the next arc. Fourth topic I want to talk about is All the King's introduction. So as we can see through the clip is so many interesting designs, so many interesting developments and introductions to all the kings and rulers of, all the different components that comprise the One Piece world. And there's lots of cool, interesting designs. There's some guy with a clock on his chin. There's all these different designs and all these kings that we've seen before, right? Vivi and the Emperor from Dressrosa. So we do recognize some of these kings. Wapol is there even. However, these new characters, I want to see what do they rule and what is a specific role in the One Piece universe. But more importantly, one guy I want to focus on is this guy right here. In the clip where we were first introduced to everyone going to Reverie, he said something very peculiar. He said that now that the deal is off with Dressrosa, where he's not selling weapons anymore, they can finally make their way to the Reverie, and boy are they looking forward to it. So another thing I want to make of note is this guy has a very unique design. He has a very Wano-esque design. He has a dragon tattoo, very small sunglasses, circular sunglasses, and he has that robe, that Asian Chinese style robe that really reminds me of a samurai and hints to a Wano style arc or character. So that's why I'm hinting that maybe this character has some serious influence in Wano. Maybe he has direct ties to Kaido, because we know that Kaido and Doflamingo had really close ties and they had a business relationship. So maybe that is something that we should look forward to and definitely pay attention to with this particular character, because he does have a creepy vibe to him. Number 3 is one that's actually on a brighter note, and that's Vivi and her return to the One Piece arc and the One Piece storyline. Vivi was a great character. I loved the series with her and Alabasta and Crocodile and everyone. And seeing her grow up and seeing her mature and seeing her be excited for the Reverie, definitely something I'm going to look forward to. Just seeing her is going to be great. Seeing her character design and seeing more of her in the anime. But there are some questions that I have for Vivi. One is, how will she discuss her involvement with the Straw Hats, who are now considered to be the crew of the 5th I shouldn't say Yonko, 5th Goku. Go means 5, Yon means 4, so yeah. I'm just going to stick with 5th Emperor, Monkey D. Luffy. How is she going to explain to the Reverie that basically Monkey D. Luffy saved her country and she basically formed an alliance with him? I'm sure if he straight up says that, the Reverie is not going to be open-hearted and welcoming that kind of ideology where these rulers are associating themselves with pirates, because as we've seen before, specific pirates have ruled over countries. Dressrosa, Alabasta are just some in particular. So that is what I want to say is, how is Vivi going to present the relationship she has with the Straw Hat crew to the Reverie, or is she even going to mention it at all? Another thing that I wanted to mention is the poneglyphs and her country. I feel like now that the poneglyphs are going to play an essential role in the final stretch of One Piece, how is she going to represent or express the idea that her country basically houses one of the poneglyphs that are needed to reach One Piece, and how is she maybe going to put more emphasis on the poneglyphs to the Reverie? The second thing I want to talk about, and there's lots of discussion on this, and there's, it's very eye-opening because there's still a character that we've been hinted at but not fully exposed, and that is Fujitora's involvement in the Reverie and potentially Green Bull. That being the third admiral who was added the same period Fujitora is added, and the only admiral who we have not seen since post time skip. So the first thing that Fujitora is going to do is going to present the idea of abolishing the Shichibukai system. Something that I'm personally for, because we've seen time and time again so many of these pirates abuse the Shichibukai title. Even Trafalgar Law did that. He used the title so he can be left alone by the world government, so he can pursue his own personal greed and his own personal goal. Doflamingo did it, Crocodile did it. All these different pirates are doing it, and not all of them are bad. Some of these pirates do it for good reason. Like Jinbei, he became a Shichibukai to give a status to the fishermen. However, in most cases, this status is abused, and it kind of makes the Marines look weak, and they accept the fact that, these pirates are basically slaughtering or making the lives of innocent people much worse. So Fujitora is definitely going to want to express abolishing that. I actually think the Reverie is going to be beside him and alongside this kind of movement to dim down the power that pirates have. Now, I brought up Green Bull previously, and it's because I want to know, is Green Bull... When you look at the Marines, they basically divide into two subgroups. You have the subgroups that's more similar to Sengoku, Garp, and Fujitora, where they're Marines and they're high-level Marines, and they live by justice, but they have respect to pirates. Sengoku was shown this when he let Shanks bury Whitebeard and Ace. Garp showed this when he said that he will raise Goldie's child, Ace. And Fujitora did this when he bowed down to Monkey D. Luffy and said, I want to see his face, I bet it looks kind. So basically, these are good guys. These are people who, if push comes to shove, will side with who they think is right. And if that's against the Gorosei, well, then that's how it is. And then you have the other branch, which is absolute justice, which is more Akainu and more Kuzan. Borsalino, where these are just pure, straight-hearted. The Gorosei say, the Gorosei will get. And that's basically absolute justice. Murder innocents to get the result. Exterminate a civilization to withhold the power of bringing the poneglyphs. Also, that the Gorosei, the world order, the world government can retain power. I want to know, is Green Bull on the good guy side, or is he on the absolute bad guy side? I personally think he's actually going to be on the good guy side. I think Green Bull is more like Fujitora, just for a few reasons. They both share a very similar pattern, being green and purple. Green Bull was also introduced at the same time that Fujitora was, in the sense that they were added as admirals when the Marines did a whole worldwide search. And so they were both added at the same time. And I feel like Green Bull will be present here in the Reverie. It seems about time that a new potential teaser face would be revealed. No one really was revealed in the Big Mom arc, obviously besides Big Mom herself, which is kind of big. However, it's time for us to see Green Bull, and I think the Reverie is going to be a great opportunity if he sides with Fujitora on his proposal to abolish the Shichibukai. Now, the first thing, and the last item on my list, and I think that everyone wants to see, is Dragon and the Revolutionaries. So we saw previously to the attack of Blackbeard on Dragon and the Revolutionaries that he was ready to assemble the leaders of the Revolutionaries, which is something everybody has been speculating and talking about as to who they are and how strong are they. Obviously, if they're leaders, I think that they're going to be much stronger than most characters we're witnessing in One Piece. And there's a whole scheme that after Dragon is Sabo, because he's the first in command of hiring. However, I believe Oda is using the scheme of Dragon is absolute, and then there's a 0 rank, and then there's Sabo. So I believe that there's someone above Sabo in terms of strength and reputation that will carry on and carries the revolutionary, Sigma with him. So I'm curious to see, will there be anyone in the Reverie from the Revolutionary Army? I think there will be, but we won't fully be exposed to it. I think we'll see a character who's more of a king of such, but really he's a secret agent of the Revolutionary Army that we've seen so many times before. Bartholomew Kuma is the perfect example. He was a Shichibukai, but really he was always an agent of the Revolutionary Army. Why I also want to see dragons, because after attack of Blackbeard, I want to see what kind of damage he did. I think Blackbeard is the strongest Goku. I think he's stronger than Kaido. I think he's stronger than Big Mom, and I think he's stronger than Luffy individually. And his crew's amassing very, very frightening strength, and we see that in terms of he knew where all of Whitebeard's territory was. He's taking it over. In the last chapter, we see him on an island that has lots of palm trees, and before any video was even released, when I first read that and I saw that panel, that made me think that he's after Shanks right now, because Shanks always rests and takes territories of palm trees and more vacation feel. So I feel like now Blackbeard's making his move onto Shanks and his crew. And I want to see, you know, we clearly saw that Shanks and Von Alger and Apozo, or whatever his name is, Apozolo, the horn looking guy, is okay, and his crew is still intact after the battle with Dragon. But we don't know on the side of the Revolutionaries, how are they after the attack of Blackbeard, who we know can totally destroy all of Whitebeard's commanders. And overall, why I want to see dragons? Because overall, getting more of Dragon is a good thing. We barely see a glimpse of him, but when we do, they're impactful. There's some sort of revelation, and there's some sort of tie to One Piece and, you know, the overall journey of Monkey D. Luffy. So it would be interesting to see how this all ties in. I think a huge theory is that one of the kings of the, or one of the representatives of Reverie will be an underground agent for the Revolutionary Army. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, as always, remember to hit that like, subscribe, and comment what you think. Let's start a discussion here. Let's see what you guys think. What are the top moments you're looking for Reverie? And as always, tomorrow I'll be posting probably a video on maybe spoilers on chapter 904. As you guys know, should be your first link for the first chapters. I get those videos out a day early with spoilers. And as always, guys, peace out.